along to another video in our Green Dream video series. I'm ESG Clarity Deputy Editor Natasha Turner, and today I'm speaking with Caroline Meaux, Head of ESG Research, Engagement and Voting Policy at Amundi. It's good to have you with us today, Caroline.
Hello, nice to be here.
So, given the increased interest in ESG that we've seen, a lot over the past year, but of course increasingly before that, what changes have you seen in engagement and stewardship strategies or activities in the industry as a whole? Have those ramped up? Are there different techniques that people are using? What would your insight be?
Okay, you have different change that occurred over the last 5 years, I think. First is the new collaborative engagement you've seen, especially with Climate Action 100+, that had a tremendous momentum over the last 3 to 4 years. So I think this is a major change. That's the first thing. Second thing is around voting, is that it used to be a very government-centric, board-centric, financial-centric exercise, and nowadays we are more and more using the AGM as a way to express our ESG view. So this is the second trend, and I think the third trend I will see is that engagement previously was done, but it was somehow more. First of all, not all the investors were doing engagements. It was more like a tendency, whether you will see it more in the UK and the US. So now it's more broad across all regions. Secondly, it used to be on a specific topic, maybe also to better know the ESG issues of a company, but now it's really about the investor wanted to influence the company they are invested in. So it's more about looking at the impact. They want to have an impact on the companies, and also they are having an engagement policy strategy which is broader, more systematic somehow. So that's one of the three big change I think have occurred over the last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, and interesting you picked up on the different regions having different approaches. Is there a difference in the European and the UK approaches to engagement and stewardship? Or, like you say, are we seeing more collaboration starting to happen?
I think that in Europe, in continental Europe, engagement is starting a little bit after the UK, but I think thanks to the normal collaboration, and UK is very close to 40 kilometers from continental Europe, so we are still somehow, I think we are in the same way of, we are doing the same things. Maybe we might have some different angles, but globally the way we are engaging is very similar. There's a lot of collaboration, and the main change for me are more with maybe our Asian peers, or even our US peers, rather than the differences between continental Europe and the UK. And if you are looking on the major collaborative engagement, usually UK investors and continental Europe investors are teaming up to, very easily. So I don't see that much of a differences.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So Amundi recently released its engagement and voting policy for the year. What are your priorities for this year that you've laid out in that, or beyond?
So we have, so the way we are engaging is that, first of all, we are engaging around, we have two topics which are somehow things which are really important for us, which are climate change and social cohesion. and I will come back to those, but and apart from them, we are also having some engagement stream around topics that are very important or from a ESG point of view. That could be human rights, that could be fiscal responsibility or client or product responsibility, could be even on governance itself. So we will have a big focus, and apart from the focus, we are engaging some other important topic which are very, very key for for the regulation and for the sustainability risk, and what we call in Europe sustainability factors. So going back to the big topic where we put a lot of efforts, also it's climate change. On climate change, we are having a big engagement string about asking company to declare there and validate some SBTi targets, because we feel, as we are investor, we need our investing company to be transparent about the climate strategy, but we also we need them to use a framework which is well recognized and somehow giving us some coherence in our portfolio, and we choose the SBTi to do that. And we have some other very important topic about coal. So we started in 2020. We are doing it also in 2021. Is asking all the company we are invested in that have an exposure of coal to publish a phase out plan, which is so it's a coal phase out plan, which is consistent with the 2030 and 2040 calendar. This is something very important, and also with coal, we have a lot of engagement with financial sector, so insurance, asset managers, banks, about their own coal policy, because we think that financial sector also have a tremendous role to play on this phase out plan. So this is the climate, but as you know, the climate what is linked with natural capital is also has a major impact on climate. So we also have some engagement around deforestation. We have some engagement about circular economy, and because those topics also have an impact on the climate. This is important, and this is we are also part of the big collaborative engagement, like with Climate Action 100+, and the thing we think is very important. But on the top of that, we have our own engagement. We think that social cohesion is. We have to make sure that social cohesion is there if we want to succeed the climate angle. And on social cohesions, we have some stream around what we call fair transitions, and asking company to how they deal with when they shut down power station or something like this, what they can do to work with the employees, to the local, to the territories, in order to make things smooth. Also training employees of the new competencies and needs. We also have a big engagement since 3 years on the living wage, because we think it's very key for the company to have policy around living wage. And also we have some engagement, specific engagement about gender diversity, and also about pay ratio, equity pay ratio, because we think this is something the company needs to make sure that the value added is nicely spread between the different stakeholders.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Well, those sound like really great plans and will be very effective. Can you give me some examples of maybe an engagement that's already played out that was very effective, went really well, or maybe some that haven't gone very well in the past?
So what works? We really see, we really think that we are in a position to influence the company. So we are not doing the final work to have an impact on what people call the real life, because we are investing in companies that have themselves as their operation directly. So what work if we succeed to have a dialogue with a company which is in a win-win dynamic. So meaning that we are telling the company what is important for us. We are pushing the line, but in the same time, we ask things that they are pragmatic, they are realistic for them. So we have to be pragmatic and ambitious. Ambitious because we need to have success, we need to have some outcomes, but realistic and pragmatic, because if you ask too much too soon to a company, they will they will stop dialoguing with you, and that's the first thing. Second thing we have to keep in mind is we have duty for the people. We are managing money for people. We need to also transition to occur, and to occur in a very orderly manner, because if there is too much swing, it might have some negative impact on the performance of the assets we are managing for our clients. So we need to make sure that we are doing things to favor this transition. And we can't exclude that much. We need to make sure that the company are moving, and being too pushy. So it's it's a certain level of you have to ask a lot, but in the same time be realistic. And our role is very to be to be in a collaboration with the company we're invested in. And I think it's what works. And so what doesn't work is when you're when you ask too much too soon, because the company is they have to have a good sense of where they can make the differences. I give you a specific example. When you are looking at what we are asking in 2021 to company, and I would refer to for example the Climate Action 100 Plus, you see that what they are asking for nowadays is as a company to have a net zero targets by 2050. So this is something that you can ask in 2021, but maybe you won't be heard if you were to ask it in 2018, for example. So it's possible today because since 2017, we did ask specific things every year in order to first the first step, then the second step, and you it's a journey somehow. First, because there is many things we don't know yet. The science is still doing its work. And secondly, because when a topic is new, you need to first raise awareness, discuss. The company has to do the first step, and then when they are comfortable with the first steps, they can move to the second step. But a company is still a big organization with a lot of people. They need to organize. They are still to be profitable when moving, and so it's a complicated system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that all makes sense, and a bit of the push and pull and getting it right on that journey. Yeah, for sure. Well, just finally, we always end with the light-hearted question, which is, what is your favorite sustainable snack or drink?
Oh, I don't know if it's sustainable, but I like a glass of wine or water. You know, I'm just like everybody else in the earth. I think I like nice products, tasty products, and I'm sure we can still have it. And being conscious, like environmentally conscious.
Yes, definitely. I've certainly been learning much more about sustainable wines recently, so I'm with you on that one. Well, thanks very much for speaking with us today, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.